Is PayPal a buy? First of all, let's quickly look at the chart. This is a weekly chart for PayPal. And as you can see, this is like a textbook bubble. This is amazing. We can see that today's prices are below the prices we had back in 2018. So let's see if things are better than 2018. Is it worth to buy PayPal at these prices? In my opinion, long story short, yes. I think PayPal under $80 per share is a very good buy right now. Wall Street cheat sheet. As you can see, we are basically in the depression phase for PayPal stock, and this is the best phase to accumulate, in my opinion. Of course, PayPal has to make sense. They have to have good profits and good cash flows. So let's check that using the Everything Money stock analyzer tool. First of all, let's see PayPal's revenues back in 2018, 2017. As you can see, they are almost double from 5 years ago, but the stock is at a lower price. 2018, the stock was in the $80 per share. Now it sits at around 60. So they increased revenue by a lot. It doubled. Cash flows back in 2018, they had negative, but this was a one-off year, so maybe we do not take that one in consideration. But in 2017 they had like $2.75 billion of free cash flow. Now they are sitting at around $3.6 billion, and it went down a bit from the last 2, 3, 4 years. That's not great, but they still have positive cash flow, and it is higher than what it used to be when the stock price was at the same prices or even lower 5 or 6 years ago. Using their 8 pillars, we can see that the stock looks pretty decent. Current PE ratio is about 16. Price to free cash flow trailing 12 months is about 18. It's not great. They also have a stock analyzer tool, and we are gonna use that to get a price for PayPal, a price we should pay today for PayPal in order to get a good return in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm always using 10 years analysis. They have a page right here with analyst estimates, and as you can see, earnings per share are increasing at about 10 to 20% per year according to analysts. Revenue is increasing at about 6 to, let's call it 15% per year for the next 5 years, but always take analyst estimates with a grain of salt. Let's jump right into the stock analyzer tool and let's put in some numbers. So on the low side, we're gonna go with 6. On the high side, let's go with 15. And on the middle side, let's do the average, 10.5. And as you can see, over the last 10 years, they made 17%, but I like to stay conservative and in the end, use the middle assumptions, basically. Profit margin seems pretty consistent. We'll put 13, 13.5, and 14. Free cash flow is usually higher, which I do like to see that, but in the last year they did have a crash in cash flow margin. Let's go with 21 on the high side, 17 on the middle side, and 13 on the low side. So I'm really beating the stock down on the low side, but I'm curious what price we're gonna get. On the mid side, always go with 15, low side 13, high side 17. I think it's this is okay for PayPal. Desired annual return, you get 9 or 10% investing in the S&P 500. Average annual return over a long period of time. So because we are investing in an individual company, we should go with 11%, 13%, and 15%. Because if they really hit these high numbers on the high side assumptions, it's less likely. So that's why we need a higher margin of safety. We hit the analyze button and we'll get some prices. I usually use the mid assumptions And as you can see, PayPal makes a lot of sense for me below $80 per share. What happens if the stock doesn't go up in the next year? Well, in theory, they should be buying back shares, because if their shares are cheap right now, that's the best thing they can do. Buy back shares and maybe pay some more of their debt, even though they have really low debt compared to their average free cash flow over the last 5 years. But even so, the best option is to pay high interest debt that they have, then buy back shares and maybe start paying a dividend. That's all they need to do. But until then, I think PayPal under $80-90 per share is a pretty good buy. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, share with a friend, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.